In a world where podcasts and radio just isn't the same anymore. Well, fear no more, because Squirrely and The Bean are here to save your day. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the smooth-sounding voices of the Squirrely and The Bean podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Squirrely and the Bean Show. I'm Squirrely.
And I'm the Bean.
How are we all doing today? Quick shout out to the 48 people following our Facebook page.
Woo! Throw a party!
Almost at 50. Our goal right now, our short-term goal, is to get to 100, which would be pretty awesome.
Which would be amazing. To have 100 people following us would be just pure awesomeness.
Yes, sir. Today we are going to dive into some video game stuff. We're going to talk about Call of Duty a little bit, and then...
Favorite game in the world.
Yep. And then we're going to talk about an up-and-coming game that we're really excited for, GTA 6. Mm-hmm. And then we're just going to go over the new consoles coming out, which is going to be pretty awesome when they do come out. I'm assuming they'll be pretty expensive.
I mean, when aren't they expensive, I guess you could say? And you know dang well, if you try to trade them into GameStop for the new stuff, you ain't getting nothing back.
Exactly. So
I would like to say that I'm excited for the Call of Duty.
Me too.
I'm really excited.
They're bringing back the same voice actor that did Captain Price in the first one. His name's Barry Sloan, in case you didn't know.
Well, he signed up as soon as he heard it was in the makes, is what I heard.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of left us on a cliffhanger with the third one.
I agree.
That's when, in my personal opinion, Call of Duty fell off the map.
It's hard to believe that it's been almost 10 years since the third one was released.
Has it really been that long?
Yep. The new one, they're calling it Call of Duty Modern Warfare, is being released on October 25th, 2019.
I thought it was 26. Are you sure?
According to the Wikipedia page, October 25th.
Look, you can't believe Wiki all the time. But I know at this point in time, they don't really say much about the multiplayer.
No, they don't.
What kind of game modes are they bringing back? And what kind of maps they're going to have. If they bring back some of the old maps, like in one of the previews, it did show one of the old maps. I forgot what it was called. It was the one, I think it was District. Is that the one with the statue in the middle of the map?
Nope.
It was like Israeli country.
It's like a square. The map is a square you're talking
square,
about?
Yeah.
No, it's not called District. I think it's called...
or something.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. But I think that they'll release more details about multiplayer and stuff like that closer to the release. Usually when they announce it, they just give a brief intro as far as like how the story will be set up.
Well, they did say stuff about the storyline, which is probably going to have a lot of people on edge. If you don't recall Modern Warfare 2, the one, what was the mission called? The Russian mission. Shoot. I can't remember the Russian movie.
It was called...
The one, is
No
it
Russian.
Russia?
It's just
No
called
Russia.
No Russian.
So, No Russian is one of the missions in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, where you walk into the airport and just spray down people.
Yes.
I mean, just mow them down.
There's a little bit of controversy with the new game because there's a part in the game where shooting civilians is going to be a thing again, and also this time apparently there's going to be shooting of young infants.
Cause what the gaming developers said in an IGN interview was they're trying to make the game more relatable to real life circumstance.
Right.
Now, I understand you're trying to get it realistic type feel to it, but bring us back to the old days, please. That's all we ask.
I think that it will be very hard to bring us back to the old days because, you got to think you were a lot younger. You were in school, you'd come home from school, turn on some Call of Duty. It's never going to be the same. But I get what you mean. The nostalgia, if they can bring back some of that nostalgia, that would be pretty awesome. So, in this new game, it's going to be more modern. What they're going to do is they're following the sort of tradition of some other games where the decisions you make in game, it's like multiple choice almost. You pick to shoot one person, and it can alter the rest of the game, which I think is a kind of a cool thing to implement, especially in Call of Duty, because there's so many different ideas that they could do with it.
Nice. I mean, that's kind of like, have you, the Walking Dead game, it was on PS Vista. So is it kind of like that? Like, if you choose to walk away from this person,
yes.
It changes the storyline?
Yes, right. It's exactly like that.
So they're pretty much putting this in your hands. It's what I don't know, I guess they're trying to do it more interactive. But somewhere down the lines, they're going to add different things.
Yeah.
So
the developers are saying that they're really going to focus on the theatrics of this new game. I actually watched an interview of the guy that they brought back. He was one of the developers of the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and he's really into theatrics and big explosions, camera views, and stuff like that. I'm not sure it adds a whole lot to the game. As long as the story is really good and there's a story that you can follow, it makes it better for me. I don't know about you.
All right, so the campaign's always good, because I always did campaigning before I did online gaming. So I love all the Modern Warfare game line. I love the Black Ops ones too. This one, I don't know how I feel about the whole option one, where it's like your decision can mess up anything.
I know, just simply not shooting one person, maybe that person comes back later in the game to screw things up for you. Who knows?
But the good thing is they said that the storyline is going to pick up from where Modern Warfare 3 left off.
Yeah.
So if you haven't played the series, like 1, 2, and 3, it's pretty much about nuclear fallout. I mean, in the first one, when you're the Marine private, you were trying to get out of Baghdad and a nuke went off. You also followed Soap, who was an SAS agent, who was also trying to stop it. Soap actually goes all the way through all three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, along with Captain Price.
Yep.
But at the third one is like, that ending was you were in the desert. No, that was the end to the second one. I think you were in the desert and you had to shoot one of the generals, and that's where
was the second one.
So I forgot how I believe the third one ended off with you just stopped the whole nuke from going off.
Yeah.
And that's where it ends. Well, in the trailer that they just released at E3, it picks up with, you're walking through the woods, and of course you got people popping up with ghillie suits. And then, of course, you see Captain Price's famous cigar.
Yeah.
So that right there got everyone excited.
That's what he's known for.
It's Captain Price is back.
Yeah.
But as they go along, you're going through like rebellious stages. So then it's people rioting, and then all this other stuff. The video just has a lot to explain.
And another tidbit of information they gave out, this will be the first Call of Duty since 2013 not to have zombies mode in it. They're bringing back Spec Ops mode.
Look, I wasn't a fan of zombies. I hated zombies. Black Ops, except for Black Ops. What, the very first Black Ops, I liked.
Yeah,
zombies.
I liked it in Black Ops too, but zombies is a really popular game mode even today with a lot of people. But I remember playing Spec Ops with my friend Adam. They were actually pretty fun, and they are quite hard too.
A lot of people don't understand is the Call of Duty games were made by two different companies.
Three different.
So, was it Black Ops was made by
Treyarch. Yep.
the Modern Warfare series were made by
Ward.
Infinity Ward. I don't know what the third one is. The third
Raven
one was,
Software.
Yeah.
And
So-
there's actually been 4 or 5 companies, Sledgehammer, Raven Software, and a company called Beanox is coming on to help develop the latest one coming out this year.
So these two companies at first, were battling for who has the best
Every
Call
other
of Duty.
year.
So it was, and they put up some good fights.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like any other good sequel, after the third one, everything's downhill from there.
Yeah. Now they do it in a 3-year development cycle, so it's every 3 years the company working on it, their game gets released. So it's Infinity Ward this year, then next year it might be Treyarch, then the year after that it might be Raven or Sledgehammer, or they both might work on it.
Yeah, but that's all we have information wise that we have as of now. They haven't released any type of what's going to happen in multiplayer, how we're going to do it, if they're going to bring back the old game modes or if they're going to bring back good new game modes. I hope Search and Destroy is back, because Search and Destroy was always key. Another one is I really liked Gun Game.
Gun Game was good too.
That was kind of more. That was like the Black Ops.
Yeah.
Really. But it was still good.
That was fun. Speaking of games being developed, GTA 6.
So GTA 6, that we haven't really heard much.
Nope.
But somehow, some way, some awesome hacker genius decided to leak some information about it. Half the time these things aren't accidental; they just let them leak. So GTA 6 is supposed to be another decision-making game, I want to say, from what I read up on it and what I saw. But your character is kind of like a Scarface. You start from the bottom, and you're trying to become like the #1 drug lord, and they didn't really say like the GTA world. The plus side is that they're coming out with a massive map.
That's something that I am excited for.
So, oh yeah, I mean they're having the original maps from like the Liberty City days, the San Andreas days. Oh shoot, there's just been so many. Like all the original maps are coming back, and they're supposed to be slam packed in this one story mode map. And
that would be massive.
It is, and it's nuts to think about like how massive this world is. I can only imagine how long it's going to be able, how long it's going to take, I should say, to beat this game. Because in San Andreas, you were able to go to the airport and fly to the different city if you didn't want to drive. So it's like, my thing is, are they going to do that? Are they going to add that in there? Or is it going to be like Vice City, where in order to unlock a certain park, you had to complete a mission and stuff like that?
It's all up in the air at this point. There's not many details. The details are scarce.
They're really not. And I'm really excited for it, though.
If GTA 5, the map for that was... it was massive. Like, to drive from the bottom of the map to the top of the map took you a few minutes. But if they somehow were able to fit all of the previous maps into one giant map, that would be insane.
So, I mean, with that being so big, it kind of leads us into the next thing that we're going to talk about, is the new gaming console. Yeah. So, and the thing that they leaked about GTA 6 is that it's so massive that it will not be able to run on the PS4 or the Xbox One. So, with that being said, the new gaming systems are coming out. The PS5, and I don't know what Xbox is going with.
Right now, they're calling it Scarlet, but that's not the final name. It's just the development name. So
with this stuff so on with the PS5, what I saw was the controller had so you know how on the PS4 you had that large black button, home button, you want to say, I guess you could say, or an interact button on the controller.
Yes.
So the PS5 controllers are going to have one of those, but this screen is an actual screen.
That's going to be awesome.
So it's kind of like, and you can connect it to Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So it's like you can get a Facebook message as you're playing your sweet PS5.
That's going to be wicked.
It is. I mean, but you can also go to on the PlayStation Store with it, and who knows? I don't think they. I think they're supposed to release it sometime in October. No. Actually, I don't even think they had a release. Oh, 2020 is actually the release date.
I was just going to say, not this year.
It's 2020.
Yeah.
And,
so some of the specs, without getting too technical, because I don't think a lot of people would really know any of this, it's going to have an 8-core AMD chipset, which will be running Ryzen architecture. The GPU will be Radeon Navi. Never heard of it. It will have SSD storage, which is pretty awesome. If you know anything about hard drives, you have a normal hard drive and then you have an SSD. SSDs have no spinning parts, so loading times are a lot quicker. 3D audio, which I've never experienced that. That would be pretty cool.
I mean, isn't that kind of like Turtle Beaches? I mean,
no, I
audio
think it's something different than that.
I don't know. As long as it's not 4D, I guess.
And apparently it's going to have 8K TV support. Now, I don't know about
8K?
you, but my TV is not 8K, and I don't think I can really afford an 8K TV. Maybe in the future.
So, now... So you got the Xbox and now the PlayStation. A lot of debates that I've seen is the PlayStation is going to be a lot stronger than the Xbox. And that this is the year that PlayStation takes over Xbox. In my opinion,
I thought they did that with the PS4.
That's what I thought too, because PlayStation has all the early release stuff. Yeah, Xbox for any game that comes out on both systems
isn't a console exclusive.
Yeah, so it's any system has this, and you just get a lot more with PlayStation, from my opinion. Xbox, yeah, it was all right. Like I mean, I loved my Xbox because that's where everything started for me. Actually, I mean, everything started from a Super Nintendo, but my online experience all started from an Xbox.
Yeah.
But the PlayStation was more where it's at. I like the fact that I got more exclusive and stuff. Not a lot of information is going on with these new Xbox or these new gaming systems. And it's just when they release, it's going to be a major console war like it was back when PS4 and Xbox came out. Xbox One.
What are you prepared to pay for the PS5 when it comes out? Realistically.
About 4 years down the road when it's like, at least $200.
Okay, let me rephrase that then. When it releases, what do you think is a reasonable price?
Well, with all the stuff that we know now about how with 8K, like, oh my god. So you're pretty much saying the PlayStation is like is probably going to be better than the laptop that I am using right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Your PS4 is probably better than that.
Well, thanks.
Is it still better than your computer, probably?
But
versus release date. On release date,
I'm saying close to 600.
600 American, really?
American, yeah. You got an extra toonie or loony up there, buddy.
Well, 600 American. That's hefty price in Canada. That's like $750.
But you got to look at what we have now for the specs and stuff and everything that they're putting into it. And who knows? I don't know if they release like what size the hard drive is going to be.
They have to be careful. They have to be careful because when the Xbox One came out, it was overpriced, and that's why a lot of people bought the PlayStation instead.
Well, I think that's why Xbox is playing it safe this time and hasn't really released anything. The only thing they really said at E3 was, "Oh yeah, it's coming out in 2020."
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the specs, I think they've released some of them, but a lot of them are just guesses by some people that are in the industry that have a good idea of what they could feature.
Look, I'm saying people are gonna. You know what? what's really going to happen is
People are sleeping on the Wii.
is the Nintendo company. People are sleeping on them.
The
Just
Wii.
watch.
Just watch.
Don't call it a comeback.
No, I think what Nintendo is doing with the Nintendo Switch is pretty awesome. Have you ever heard of that Nintendo Labo?
Is that where you can buy you buy the pieces and you build stuff and
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I went to the EB Games, which is the equivalent to GameStop in America. I
wait,
went to an EB
wait,
Games.
wait. So they still have EB Games up there?
Yes, sir.
What?
Yep. So I went to an EB Games one time, and they were demoing the Nintendo Labo stuff, and they have like little cardboard guns, keyboards, and stuff like this for all these different games. And I think that that Nintendo Labo is really gonna take a leap ahead here through this year and through next year. I think that it's bigger with kids, younger kids, not so much adults, but
I don't know. Well, I mean, people can play Fortnite on it now, so.
yeah, and which is pretty awesome because as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, you can play Fortnite wherever you go.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, do you think Nintendo's going to come out with a new system, or are they going to roll with the Switch for a while?
The Switch is their system because it can be docked to a TV and run like a real console.
Or you can take it on the go
And play Pokemon on the go.
I think that's the only reason
thing
why
see
I
Nintendo-
want one.
Yeah.
it's Pokemon.
The only thing I really see Nintendo doing in the future with the Switch is possibly coming out with a model that's smaller, or on the other hand, maybe a model that has a better screen resolution. Because if we're being honest, the Nintendo Switch currently, the screen on it isn't that great. I'm not even sure it's 1080p, it's 2019. Come on now.
Get with the program, guys. God.
Yeah, I could see them making it smaller, and also when they come out with a new version, it will be more powerful to sort of fight with the Xbox and the PS5, because right now, I mean, it runs all the games that are released for it, which makes sense because they're optimized to run with it. But let's just say theoretically, Call of Duty were to come out for the Switch, which I think would be pretty awesome, first of all. Second of all, if they're saying that it's Call of Duty is going to be that advanced, the same with Grand Theft Auto, the Nintendo Switch is going to have to come up with its specs because I don't think it'll be able to run it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't. As long as they keep pushing out Pokemon, we're fine.
Yeah.
Nintendo, keep doing what you're doing. Give us Mario and Pokemon, and
They're
we'll still
calling
love
the
you
new
forever.
one Sword and Shield. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yes.
I don't care. It's Pokemon, man. Anything
It's
that I can catch
Pokemon, but
it's Pokemon.
yeah,
You
I'm
leave-
just used to
you
them
leave-
calling them colors.
Well, no, they stopped calling them colors. I mean, what about Sun and Moon?
I never played those.
Oh my god! And I know there's other ones.
Those were horrible. All of my friends agree. I can go out on a limb and say a lot of people agreed that Sun and Moon were horrible games.
It was Pokemon for me. We
Getting
all live in
rid of
Pokemon
gyms
world.
was not a good idea.
And Sun and Moon?
Yeah,
they had gyms
didn't.
still.
No, they didn't. They had
Yeah,
these.
You still had to collect gym badges in Sun and Moon.
Yeah, but they weren't gyms though. They were like these. I forget what you called them, but like it wasn't the same as a gym. You didn't walk into a building and get a badge. You had to like fight these. What is the name of it? I forget the name of it.
Well, I mean, hold on. You know, there's a powerful thing called Google, right?
Yeah. I think I don't know. There was just a big switch when they came out with the Sun and Moon games. There was too many changes that they had made from the previous game that sort of dampened my experience of what I'm normally used to with Pokemon. There was some things that they added that I did like, but for the most part, they really messed with the series when they came out with Sun and Moon.
Well, they added what is it, the Mega Evolve then.
Those were
Mega
cool.
Evolutions.
Yep.
Yeah. But I don't know. Whatever. Pokemon's Pokemon to me, and I'll probably get it.
Yeah, it's not something I'm really looking forward to because I don't have a Switch. I mean, I guess if I had a Switch, I am a Pokemon fan. I would probably
Well,
pick
they
it
still
up.
have DSs, so I mean,
But is Sword and Shield coming in for the DS though?
yeah, it is.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah,
I might have to get it then.
indeed. Well, I believe I'm done nerding out for now.
Yeah. So, in case you guys didn't know, you must have heard it at the beginning of the episode. We have an intro featuring Morgan Freeman, obviously, the best voiceover talent in the whole world. And we also have an outro. So, that was also created by Morgan Freeman, which we have to give a shout out to the guy that created it. His name is Grezzy. He's from this website called Fiverr. Fiverr is a website where you can get logos made, voice talent, sketches, basically anything that you can think of on the internet that you would need, website design, meal plans, everything. So we went over to Fiverr and we were looking for someone to do an intro for us, and Morgan Freeman just seemed like a natural thing because Morgan Freeman.
It's Morgan Freeman.
Exactly.
That's it.
Enough said.
That's all you need to say. It's Morgan Freeman.
Exactly. So we hope you enjoy the intro and the outro. That's what we'll be rolling with for the time being. For this episode, we appreciate you listening. Do you have anything to say?
If you haven't already, please go to our Facebook page. Give us a like.
Yes.
On there has all our other stuff. We are now on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play. So there's no excuse for you not to listen to us. And we are in the works with iHeartRadio. So
I think iHeartRadio.
Pandora's next. So
big things coming.
Big things coming.
Well, with that being said, I'm the Bean.
I'm Squirrel.
And you all have a lovely, lovely evening.
Roll the outro.
Oh, Squirrely and The Bean is among the smoothest sounding podcasts I've ever heard. That's right. It's absolutely fantastic.